Alabama coach Nick Saban has coronavirus, COVID-19, according to a release from the university. It's Wednesday night here in Georgia, and it's hard to know what to make about this moving forward. First of all, I hope that Nick Saban gets better. He is the greatest coach in college football history, to me, no question. He's done so much with what he's done at Alabama and then even at LSU. And someone his age, this is a serious thing. It's a serious thing for anyone. With someone his age, that's very serious. So I do hope that Coach Saban gets better. And Greg Byrne, too, the athletic director at Alabama. And just moving forward, I'm going to talk about what this means and where we go from here. This has been a wild day in the SEC for sure. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. Earlier today on the conference call, this was before Nick Saban was tested positive for COVID. Dan Mullen of the Florida Gators was talking about their situation, an outbreak for the Gators. 2 assistant coaches, 19 players affected, not all positive cases, but 19 would not have the capability to play this week against LSU, a team that's down its quarterback for this game probably. That game gets delayed. That comes on the heels of Missouri Vanderbilt getting delayed. The release from the SEC regarding Florida and LSU was that it would be probably played December 12th. And it probably will still be played probably on December 12th. But now that Bama and Georgia have a head coach missing this game, it's going to be, let's just slowly walk through all of the ramifications from this. First of all, we don't have the test back for Georgia today, and it's not like they give them out to us anyway. But if a head coach were missing the game, I think we would hear about that. Secondly, these could be false positives. That is possible. I hope that's the case, and we'll just see. How this has worked in the SEC lately has been that, they've been doing their, quote, last test on Wednesdays. And that has been giving them, that's my understanding, and that's been giving them a little bit of wiggle room in terms of not canceling games on Thursdays. I really should have everything up right now so that if this news comes out, I can get on it. But right now, I still expect Georgia and Alabama to play this game. There's a lot at stake for the two teams, the conference, as well as their broadcast partner in CBS. I can't imagine that these two schools want to delay this game because there's only 2 scenarios right now that are clear path scenarios for this game getting moved. First of all, you just move it to December 12th. You move it to the week before the SEC championship game. And frankly, these two seem to be on a collision course to play in Atlanta on December 19th. Do you really want to risk that your 2 undefeated and only undefeated teams in your conference are going to play back-to-back games? You might not have a choice, but do you want that to happen? Secondly, there's a scenario, and I talk about this in what we're hearing. If you're not a member at Dog Post, this is the reason why you should be a member at Dog Post. I'm on here talking to y'all, but things move quickly, and I can't tell you everything on a video. I can do that on our message board and our community. As it relates to moving on further down the line, there are scenarios where you could get 4 teams and only 4 teams to shuffle around their schedule to play, and that would be Florida, Georgia, Bama, and LSU. There is a 3-week window, but in that scenario, those 4 schools would be playing back-to-back. In some cases, the 3 weekends in a row would be back-to-back-to-back. The schools would not be playing 3 difficult games in a row. But instead of Georgia's off week coming before the Gators, that game would have to be moved. LSU, Florida would have to be moved from December. Georgia, Bama obviously would be moved from now it would be a real, you could make it happen logistically and it only affect those 4 teams. I've got more on that in the story that I'm going to link to at the end of this video. I think all 4 of the, well, I think for sure Georgia Bama want to play this game just to keep the season rolling along. Because if you're both of these schools, I think the feeling is if there are no severe no severe sicknesses, and no one really does get ill, that moving forward they could survive the season with the depth that they have. Probably should not be using the word survive, but this is a wild time. I think you look at Georgia. If there were an outbreak, this would not be the week to get it. The week against the Gators would not be the week to get it. But we don't control when the outbreaks are. I mean, is everyone doing everything they're supposed to be doing with masks? Is everyone doing what they're supposed to be doing with washing hands and sanitation? I mean, Kirby said yesterday that they can't control what the kids do when they're away from the complex. That's the time they're most worried, is after the game on Saturday night until the kids come back on Monday. Do they go home? Do they go out to socialize in Athens or in Tuscaloosa or in Gainesville or in Baton Rouge? That's what's going on here. And that's the worry, excuse me. But this looks like at Alabama what's happened is high-end administrator, Greg Byrne, and then also Nick Saban both got this. I mean, at Florida, it looks like it's coming from the kids, and that is total speculation too. I mean, we can't know where it came from at Florida, but Alabama has not said that anyone besides Saban and Byrne have gotten this. So right now, if that doesn't change, Thursday morning, if the only person in the football program who has COVID-19 is Nick Saban, they're going to move forward with this game. I'm not saying that's fair, but there's no fair right now. I mean, more than 200,000 people have died from this. That we're even able to play football is a fortune the likes of which a lot of us were skeptical that we would see. I always thought we would have a season. But now I think we've gotten to the point where we expect there to be a full season with no, sort of screw-ups in this thing. This is going to hit all these teams. And it's going to hit the Big Ten too. So, Clemson, whoever, you better be able to play a game without Dabo or without Trevor, or without Travis Etienne, or without both. And this is really the marathon year in this season of college football. But I do hope Coach Saban's getting better. I hope it's false positive. But we can't know that. I've got an article right here I think you want to see. It's a premium article. It's worth your time and money. You can sign up $1 for 30 days right now. Check it out. Good, get better, Coach Saban. We'll see everybody on the website.